Hi friends, today we will discuss something about the number system. So we have number system and mathematics we are using that different sets of numbers. So the total number we can divide some sets and subsets of the number. Here I am discussing the theory part with an example of the number system. The total number system or number can be divided into two categories first. So what are the two categories means? Here we have real number and imaginary number. What do you mean by real number we will explain later. And what is the imaginary number? It is indicating imaginary first letter I. It is here IB getting imaginary, where I is equal to root of -1. We know that we cannot type the square root of any number with having minus sign. For example, if you have the number here root 4, we know that answer is 2. But if you have a number root -4, we don't have real answer. So this is we are writing with root of -1 multiplied by root of 4. So root of -1 is equal to I and is equal to 2. So we are writing I2 or 2I. So this is indicating imaginary system. So we are come back to the real number system. So we have the real number. Actually the real number means we can divide it into two categories or two sets. So here the real number, rational numbers and irrational numbers. Rational numbers means that's also we will explain later. Now irrational number. Irrational numbers means that is the best example of irrational number is root 2 and pi. So what is root 2? So root 2 it is not repeated and not terminated numbers. These not repeated, not terminated numbers, decimal numbers, we can include in this category. Pi also the example for that. It is not the repeating numbers and it is not the terminating numbers. So it is not stopping there. So like that numbers we can include in this category. Other group is the rational number. Rational number means here all the numbers including the rational numbers, which means decimal numbers and fractions, everything is including in rational number. Again, this rational number, again we can subgroup into integers. What do you mean by integers means it includes negative numbers and 0 positive numbers. Negative numbers means we cannot include in this category. For example, -2.5. This is not including here. And minus whole numbers, which means minus numbers, and 0 plus numbers only. So again that is integers. Again we will divide into subgroup or subset, that is whole numbers. Whole numbers means the counting numbers which including 0. Here example you can see there. So 1, 2, 3, 4 all the numbers including 0. That's an example for whole numbers. Again this whole number categorized into another group, that is a subgroup, that is a natural number. So natural number means another name also there, that is the counting numbers. Counting numbers or natural numbers, it is an example 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. This is a natural number, which means if you are taking the reverse order, it is easy to understand that is. So we are grouping the numbers. First group is natural number. Natural number example is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 like that numbers. And this natural number, again we have another group is there, whole numbers. What is the difference between natural and whole number is, what is only whole number includes 0 and the natural number not including 0, because it is another name is there, as I told you before, that is a counting number. Counting numbers means we are not including 0 for counting. So here natural number is a counting number and whole number is counting number plus or includes 0 also. Again, if you are going back again now, integers. What is a integers and whole number difference means 0, 1, 2, 3, all numbers also including in integers, plus the minus numbers also including in the integers, which means example can be written like this: minus 2, minus 1, etc., etc., minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, etc., like that. So all the numbers, minus number, plus numbers and 0 includes in this category. So this is integers. Again going back, now rational numbers. So rational numbers means here includes decimal numbers. For example, 1.2, 3, 1.5, 1.7 or 2.7, something like that, which decimal numbers, and fractions also. Fraction I told you before, just like A by B, C by D, for example 1 by 2, 7 by 3, any numbers which having numerator and denominator. So these two groups, these two category also including in rational number. So example is, we can write rational number example is, we can write 0.2, 1 by 2, 1 by 5, any numbers we can write. So there is naturally one question is there. For example, 10 is rational number or not? Yes, 10 is rational number. Why? Because the 10 we can write 10 by 1. This is equal to 10. So 10 by 1 means this is equal to 10. So it is expressing in terms of fraction. This is, we can express in terms of fraction. So this is also including in rational numbers. Otherwise we can write like this: 10.0. 10.0 means now it is decimal, so that is including in rational number, which means all the natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, all these categories are subgroups or subset of rational numbers. So in the rational number category, all the numbers excluding irrational numbers. So another group is there, another set is there, irrational number category. The best example is pi and root 2. Why this pi and root 2 including in this group? So actually pi, the value of pi, we know that pi is equal to 3.141592, etc., etc., which means this is number is repeating, not repeating, and it is not stopping also. Not repeating and not stopping, which means not terminating number. So this type of number we can include irrational number, or we can say this type of numbers only in this category. So another example is root 2. Root 2 is equal to 1.414213, etc., etc., which means you can see here there is no, the number is again repeating that. The number sequence is not repeating here, 4, 1, 4, 2, 1, 3 and etc. So this is also the best example for the irrational number. So we know that we explained all the sets of number system. First one is natural number. So natural number means we know that is, it is a counting number. Another name also there. It is a counting number. counting numbers like positive numbers only, because for counting we are not using any negative numbers, and 0 also we are not using. So that's what it is coming like that. Example will be 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And the important thing is this is represented by the letter N. So capital letter N, because it is starting with letter N, the same letter we are using. This is N is equal to, this is a set of numbers, natural numbers. So N is equal to, we can write like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. the number. So we can close this. That is the natural number. Then we can go for the next group. Before that, we have some examples also like that. For example, if you have like 1 belongs N, wherever N is finding in the mathematics, so N is usually representing by the set of natural number. So 1 belongs N. 1 belongs N means this is 1 is inside N, or it is inside the set of N. So this is true statement. So we can write that it is true. Some another cases also will be there. For example, -5 belongs N. This is false statement, because -5 is not inside the natural number. So this is false statement. So we can write like that. This is false statement. So we have to go to next group of numbers, that is whole numbers. Whole numbers. Whole numbers. What do you mean by whole numbers? Whole numbers means the natural number plus 0, which means here we can write like this. This is 0 and natural number. 0 and natural number. So the natural number full set will be there, and in addition that 0 also will be there. So example we can write like this. Examples will be 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. So this is a whole numbers. This is represented by the letter W. It is the W is the first letter for whole number. So this is represented by the letter W. So W is equal to, we can write like that, W is equal to set of 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. So this is W. So we studied two types of number system. One is natural number and other one is whole numbers. The third group of number is integers. What do you mean by integer? We studied that is what is natural number and whole number also. Whole number, the difference between natural number and whole numbers, only 0 is adding in the group of whole numbers. Instead, a natural number we don't have any zeros there. So here, integers, we have some more things we are adding to the whole numbers. What is some more things means? Only positive numbers we are taking into consideration for the whole numbers. But in the group of integers, or in the set of integers, we are taking the negative number also, which means the negative number and whole numbers. Whole numbers we studied. whole numbers in addition with the negative numbers. So example will be minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, something, etc. The representation letter of integer is Z or Z. So we are representing like this: Z equal to Z, capital letter Z equal to set of etc. minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. This is a group of integers. So integers includes all the negative numbers, all the positive numbers and zeros. All the negative numbers, all the positive numbers and zeros. So we have another group, another setup, that is rational numbers. Another set is rational numbers. What do you mean by rational numbers? Again, some more things we are adding into the group. So that is, we studied three groups. We studied something is natural, another one is whole number, another one is integers. So now we are adding some more numbers in this group. So with the integers. So what is the sum of group? Some more groups means here fraction and decimals. Fraction and decimals. Fractions and decimals. So we are fraction and decimals also we are adding into the consideration. So this is total group. This is total set of numbers we can call that is rational numbers. So the rational number representing the letter Q. The rational number representing the letter Q. So it will be like this. Q is equal to set of all the fractions. Fractions means we know that is fractions can be negative or positive. So all the numbers can be here. So minus 4 by 3, minus 1 by 2, or 0, minus 10, 1, 3, 4, etc. So all groups are included in this category. So this representation letter is Q. So the fractions and also decimals. So we can include the decimals also. For example, 0.5, it is the decimal number. So this is also including the same category. So that is 0.5 or 0.25 or anything, any numbers that is in the same category. And we can represent like this also. This is also in rational numbers. So here we know that another group is irrational numbers. What do you mean by irrational numbers? Some numbers are there, it is not included in rational number. For example, root 2 and pi. These numbers are not included in the rational numbers. So this type of numbers we can include in the group of irrational numbers. The representation letter of irrational number is I. The first letter we are using here, first letter I. I is the set of root 2, pi, etc. So here the last group of numbers are real numbers. So real numbers means it includes all the set of numbers, which means irrational numbers and rational numbers. Irrational numbers and rational numbers. So we can write like this explanation: rational number and the irrational number. So rational numbers and irrational numbers, all the numbers are there. So this is a representation letters R. Usually we are using this one R. So R is equal to set of any number we can include there. Only one group is except from this one. What is the one group means? That is the imaginary number system. This imaginary number system we are not included in the real number system. So this is a total big group of numbers, includes all the numbers. So we can write this is any number, for example 0.5, 0.7, minus 2.5, 1 by 2 or pi or root 2, anything we can include in this category. Thank you.